You actually told your partner, I will walk again. And even if I don't, I'm at peace with everything. I want to talk about the power of the will, but I also want to talk about detachments. How did detachment play a role in you actually achieving, success with everything that you went up against?
I never would have been able to unparalyze myself if I wasn't detached. Never. You can't. So attachment, opposite of detachment, attachment is when we are identified or attached to anything. That could be a person, that can be an outcome, that can be a belief, a concept, an ideology, so-called knowledge, or some kind of experience. So once we're attached to that, we identify with it. That is our energy. And they always use the Spider-Man and the spider web, as you know, is the analogy. But once we are stuck or attached to something, that's our energy that we're using to stay attached to something. The more attachments you have, the weaker you are energetically, the less power you have to create your reality. Now, I was tangibly aware of that then as I am now. So I knew that having absolutely no attachments, so I had all of my power at my disposal, was key to be able to use that energy to put my destroyed body back together. So without the detachment, it can't happen. We also can't be, and this is where, Justin, this is very, very difficult. And this is part of why, from my perspective, humanity has lost touch with the self-healing, and it's because of the attachment. So the egoic mind cannot hold two seemingly contradictory ideas simultaneously, right? Cognitive dissonance. It just can't, it literally can't do it. Okay. So the character, the human character, the ego mind identity cannot be at peace while simultaneously working towards something, harnessing desire and intention to fulfill a desire. It can't do those two things at the same time. It can't do it. Now, the I am, which is everything, contains everything. It can easily hold perfect peace, total calmness, and harnessing a desire and intention to unparalyze oneself. The I am can do that. The human character can't do that. And that's why, as I said, from my perspective, humanity has lost touch with self-healing. It's because of exactly what we're talking about right now. It has no peace if it's trying to get to a desired result. Everything has to be to the desired result. So they're miserable, upset, and reaching and clawing for a desired result. Meanwhile, that whole time, that whole process, they're not at peace. And if they're not at peace, that means their energy is already going somewhere else, which makes them weak. Now, you put those two things together, that makes healing impossible. So we have to embody being completely here and now, completely detached, and therefore realizing that we are whole and complete as we are, no matter what's going on with the body-mind complex. Then that desire to heal oneself, the desire and the fulfillment by harnessing the intention is coming from the same place within. Coming from the same place within. So alchemy is simply reaching in and bringing it out, bringing out the ultimate potential, the caterpillar into the butterfly. But you're at peace the entire time. And if you're at peace the entire time, it's because you're detached from the outcome. And when you're detached from the outcome, you have all your energy, and then you can create powerfully without being attached to an outcome because you're already at peace now. This is the single most important understanding, not to understand it mentally, because that's worthless because we're not our thoughts. It doesn't matter that someone says, RJ, I totally get it in my mind. That's not going to do you any good. We actually have to have the tangible felt sense knowingness of what I'm talking about. And once we have this, now you can overcome anything. It's by being at peace now while simultaneously harnessing your desire and intention for an outcome that is already within you. That's the key.